Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm Kathy and I wanted to do a quick-ish video about an ounce of prevention, PSA, public service announcements. So people probably know the quote, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And I was always told that it was Benjamin Franklin who said that. And I just did a quick search right now to make sure that was right. And it did pop up. And it also popped up that it's an old English proverb from the 1700s. So, yeah, I'll just go by both. I'll say it was him. And I guess maybe they used to say it in the 1700s in England. And maybe that's where he got it. I have no idea, but excuse me, I've talked about it in other videos where I talk about being a health statistic instead of a disease statistic, and that's my own belief, kind of my own mantra. But I believe that an ounce of prevention is definitely worth a pound of cure, and that could mean, even little things like wearing sunscreen. If you're in a sunny area, probably even if you're not, I'm just thinking about places higher north that, like Canada, Alaska, I mean, they still get sun and it's good to have sunscreen. Yeah, so that would be an easy thing to do. Just to help prevent getting some type of skin. I won't say the C word, but people know what I'm talking about, a skin tumor or spot or something. And I mean, you can tell I'm pretty fair, and this is just, my gosh, I don't even know. Because it's only February right now and I haven't been out really in the sun. So that might be from last summer. But yeah, I'm pretty fair. I've had many moles removed that I'm usually told are suspicious, that they have suspicious cells. And that's, I believe, from back in my 20s. And when I would tan all the time and just bake myself out in the sun, also go to tanning beds, all those bad things. I definitely either wear sunscreen or cover up like with a hat, with long clothes, whatever. I take vitamin D every day religiously, so I don't worry about that. Plus they say you have to, even people at the equator can be deficient in vitamin D. So even if you're outside every day without sunscreen and you're saying, well, I'm just getting my vitamin D, you might, excuse me, you might not be doing yourself too many favors. Hold on one second. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a naturopath, I'm not any of those, so don't take what I'm saying as gospel or anything. I'm passing on what I have heard, what I've read, what I've learned over the decades, and it might be more beneficial to wear sunscreen and protective clothing to ward off the skin C word, as opposed to just being outside getting a little bit of vitamin D. And my doctor that I had in Oregon, where we came from, she was a huge proponent, a huge fan of vitamin D. And yeah, she would tell everyone, just really preach that, to take, the maximum amount, and yeah, and to not really worry about, just being out in the sun to get it. Because like I said, you might be doing yourself more harm. But getting back to an ounce of prevention could be definitely worth a pound of cure. So other vitamins, vitamin C, yeah, all kinds of things like fish oil, krill oil. Do your own research. You know, there's a lot of things out there that might be good for heart health, brain health, your eyes, your skin, yeah, memory, cognition, all those things. And I would rather, like my husband the other day, and we take a lot of vitamins, and they're all very specific for different things that I have researched and I've learned about. So, and I've done a video on that way back in November when I was doing a daily video on Thankful and Thriving for November. And one of the days I talked about, I'm thankful for all the vitamins and supplements that we have available to us. And so, sorry, the cat is either wanting to go by or she's just wanting attention. So, yeah. So the other day my husband said something about, my gosh, we spend a lot on vitamins. And this has been my motto for a long time. It's like, well, I'd rather spend money on vitamins and supplements as opposed to prescriptions and doctors. And I've also talked about that in another video. I'll try to find that. That's about, let's see, I'm trying to think of the name of that one. Sorry, I still have a cough from being sick. Yeah, that's about being, doing your own research, definitely getting second opinions, third opinions if you have something going on with yourself, and, not always just trusting exactly what the medical establishment is telling you, what the pharmaceutical companies are telling you. And yes, definitely be your own health advocate. I'll try to find that video and link it down below, as well as the other one I was talking about. But yeah, I would rather spend more money on vitamins, supplements, even just doing things, if you have to pay for a gym membership, just so you will go and get exercise, if that forces you to go. If you're not going and you're just putting money into just a bottomless pit, I would suggest canceling it. But if that is something that will drive you to get some exercise, like out where we are, we can walk all over. Just this morning, I've already gone for 2 walks, and because I have to walk down to this area. But yeah, so little things. Walking, of course, is free outside. Let's see, what else? Yeah. So an ounce of prevention, definitely. Public service announcement, PSA. Just, I think it can't be said enough for people. Some people are raised, just take pills all day long, whether it's, acetaminophen, ibuprofen, whatever it is, an antacid, all day, every day. And I know people like that. I even have at least one family member that I can think of that does that. And, that's not good. It's not good for your system. And, my thought is to get to the root cause of it. And, not just, by the time, sometimes when they get to be 80, 85, 90 years old, they're taking 10 to 15 to 20 prescriptions because they just listen to, exactly what the doctor's saying. And okay, you're taking this one, you're taking A, B, and C, but then you have to take D, E, and F to counteract the side effects from A, B, and C. And whereas maybe another doctor would take a different route, maybe there's a natural vitamin or supplement that could help with something. Maybe talking to a naturopath, a naturopathic doctor might have other ideas. Excuse me, maybe a chiropractor, different things like that. There's all different options. And like I've mentioned in other videos, like I said, I'm not a fan of the medical establishment, and I don't want to give them any more money than I have to. And I get it, you know, when you are sick and have an infection that you have to go get maybe an antibiotic for or something for that nothing else is going to work, then yeah, definitely go to the doctor, go to the ER, go to urgent care, whatever it is, to get that taken care of. But if we can prevent anything, and I know people who take, let's say, for example, garlic during the cold and flu season, and lots of it, maybe garlic capsules or tablets. And one person specifically, she said her husband takes black garlic, which I want to look into because I had this cold in January, at the very beginning of January, and I'm still getting over it. And I wish I would have had the black garlic to try. But yeah, so let's see what else. If there's that's the one I'm thinking of. But yeah, if you guys can relate to anything, what I'm saying, let me know down below. Leave me a comment. If this makes sense, if this completely doesn't make sense and sounds absurd, I totally get it. It really depends on, you know, what people are used to, how you're raised. Maybe, maybe your parents are both doctors or surgeons or whatever. Maybe they both work for pharmaceutical companies. You know, there's all different options out there. And I just know what I have learned and what I've been taught with my route of wellness education. And I know what's happened to personal family members of mine with regards to medical mistakes, and bad things can happen. And yeah, so that's just my advice, my thought. Yeah, an ounce of prevention every single morning when I take all my vitamins. Yeah, I think of that. And yeah, so let me know if you guys have any questions. If you want to send me a private email, my email's listed in the description box. And, you know, if you want to put something medical or health wise that you don't want everyone to see, I totally get it. Like I said, I'm not a doctor or a health professional or a nurse or anything like that. I've just done a lot of research on my own, and there's a ton of research out there. One website I will recommend that I've recommended before is drmercola.com, MERCOLA, Dr. Mercola. I've got his daily newsletter now for between 10 and 20 years. I think it's right around 15 years. And he is one of the best doctors out there that researches, and you can just go to his website and type in whatever topic and do a search for a health condition or a problem or a vitamin. And excuse me, yeah, tons of information. And that's where I've got probably the majority, maybe at least 50% of the health information that I've learned. Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming by. Give it a like, and I hope you subscribe. Please leave me a comment. That all helps out the algorithm to push the content to other people that might be interested. So I hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, God bless.